Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the live session of our triple offset valve ZETRIX Smart Solutions for Zero Leakage. We hope you enjoy our live session, and please feel free to ask questions either on the chat here in this Zoom meeting or later on directly through ARI ARMATUREN or on the ACHEMA Pulse platform. My name is Tim Wallace from ARI ARMATUREN. So I'm responsible for certain kind of trainings, product trainings and application trainings at ARI ARMATUREN. And we would like to introduce you today our triple offset butterfly valve together with my colleague Christian.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Christian Kölsch. I'm the product manager for the triple offset portfolio ZETRIX, which we do have in line since the last 9 years.
Christian, we're talking about triple offset design. Please let us know how it operates, a triple offset design.
Yeah, Tim, thanks. It is the following. So we do have a real triple offset valve. It has, let me say, 3 tricks available. So that means eccentricity number 1 brings out the shaft out of the sealing circumference of the laminated sealing ring so that we have a full circumference tight shutoff. With trick number 2, we displace the shaft a little bit with the turning point, so that means we lower it a little bit from the pipe axis, so that has somehow lifting effect, so that it is more or less comparable to somehow a swing check valve. So with that we avoid jamming effects within the function. And with trick number 3 we bring in a triple win-win. It is then that the jamming is really completely offset, so we don't have such effects any longer. We do have then the possibility to cycle the valve into full differential bidirectional tight shutoff, and it is alongside really with some much lower torque available, so that we can really lower the respective torque need for the selection of the respective actuators.
Ah, okay, fair enough. So we are talking about zero leakage. So how do we reach and how do we reach, and what is the miracle about the zero leakage to achieve this really zero leakage?
Yeah, it is the following. Basically, the valve has a laminated sealing ring which is simply laying on the disc itself, so that the disc itself is only the taxi for the laminated sealing ring, which travels into the stellited seat area, which is stellited 21. It is hard face, it's robust, it's durable, it's long lasting for decades, and that laminated sealing ring has a somehow smart, let me say, behavior, and it settles. When it settles, it is driven only by the torque, so it is a floating design. The laminated sealing ring has a certain range of agility, and then it moves into the seat. It is driven only by torque into the seat, and with some additional, let me say, further torque, we bring it to full tightness, so it's a TSO, it's a tight shutoff valve.
And how do we do the testing of this tightness class? According to which approvals, to which certificates?
Yeah, as you said, it is a zero leakage valve, so we test it alongside to EN 12266 part 1 and 2 in case, or if it's necessary, if it's requested, it's also so-called fulfilling the leak rates of API 598 zero leakage. So that means it is comparable to soft-seated valve, so it's a real triple offset zero leakage valve, really.
Do we have a chance to show the audience how we reach this tight shutoff effect, this zero leakage effect?
It's possible. We do have somehow a paper test. It's, let me say, simple, but it is really something amazing to show how it works. So I like to show it to you, so feel free to follow me. First, I have to cycle the valve into the full closed position. So, and shortly before it reaches the full closed position, I use this simple piece of paper, put it here into that section. Sorry. So and now I'm going to cycle the valve into close, fully closed. And when it reaches the seat area, you really feel the torque increasing. And now I do give some 2 up to 3 extra shots on the hand wheel, then it is really gas tight, zero leakage. 2, 3, and now it's gas tight to be used up to the full differential pressure, so it's fully pipe class suitable. And now I release it, and please, so, and with that you can see it is a clear print. It is somehow like a helicopter, laminated seat, travels into the seat, and when it's released back to open, you see that clear print, and that is a true triple offset metal seated butterfly valve.
Wow, that's fantastic, Christian. Thank you so much for this demonstration. I think it was a real great demonstration for you as well. So we are talking about triple offset butterfly valve. Sometimes you call it butterfly valves. As far as I know, what about the flow direction? I haven't seen a flow indicator on this design so far. What about the flow? Do we have a certain kind of flow, or can we use it either or?
It is basically a bidirectional valve, as said, but of course we do have a preferred pressure and flow direction, which is coming from the so-called shaft side. What you can see here is the so-called disc side. Coming from the shaft side, we recommend to use the pressure and the flow, and it is additionally casted on top of the body of the valve so that you can see the arrow which follows with that, let me say, preferred flow and pressure. Yes.
Yeah, talking about pressure, so means when we are talking about pressure, so then often we are talking about certain kind of materials as well. So what kind of pressure classes and what kind of materials are we able to offer?
What you can see here, Tim, is a class 600 valve. So it is representing the latest design of the fully luck design here. We do have that available as class 150, 300 and class 600. So this one here, the blue one, is a cast carbon steel version. We have it also available as a stainless steel version. And so alongside with different design like weld ends, like double flange, short pattern according to API, and to be seen further on design, which we also can discuss.
So means I assume that we can offer it for different kind of media, for different kind of applications. When we offer this well for different kind of applications, what about, I think this is a packing area here, can we offer different kind of packings for these different kind of applications?
Yeah, of course. What you can see here, thanks for the question, is our so-called long neck. So we have possibilities to, let me say, also insulate the valve throughout, so without interrupting the insulation. And alongside with that, there is enough space to implement our packing system in case. So we do have 5 different systems of packings so far. And we do have also enough space here to implement some bushing, which are carrying, for example, special O-rings for different applications like high temperature fluids, so-called thermal oil application, which we do have with design up to 400 degrees Celsius.
Okay, you mentioned hot oil, thermal oil applications. Can you do we have some other references where we sold already?
Yeah, we do have a lot of references. So basically, let me say, starting from district heating up to different chemistry applications. So we have a huge portfolio of reference lists which are available on request. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, here we see the operation by manual gear. So, but as far as I know, and that's what I saw before in other plants, is that such kind of valves, they are automized by a certain kind of actuator. Are we able to offer different kind of actuators as well?
Of course. So what you can see here is the basic equipment with a so-called fire-safe gearbox, as well, because the valve itself is fire-safe tested. It's really originally fire-safe tested, for example, according to API 607. But here that fire-safe gearbox is the one piece you can use to cycle such a valve. But of course, additionally, it is possible to automate such valves with pneumatic or hydraulic or electrical actuators as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when we automize a valve with a pneumatic or electric actuator, for example, so do we fulfill just the on-off operation, or is the valve able to fulfill a modulating or control cycle as well?
Correct. It is both. So as you said, it is basically an on-off valve, so 90 degrees on-off. So it's so-called TSO, tight shut-off valve. It can also be used, and that is a perfect fit for such triple offsets, as a so-called ESD. So that means an emergency shutdown device. So cycling within less than 1 second, for example, if it's automated, for example, with pneumatic actuators. But yeah, it is, as you said, it is also to be used within, let me say, simple control applications. And with that, we have the recommendation to use the valve, let me say, within the equal percentage range of open degrees, starting from around about 30 degrees up to 70, 75, which is representing the most linear section within that equal percentage curve of flow. Yes.
Wow, that's very precisely. Yeah, and I'm wondering a bit about this, let's call it a bracket here, because the valves I saw before are more or less without such kind of bracket here. So means the actuators are assembled directly on the top flange here. Do we have any, does it has any benefits to go with a bracket, or is it a unique design of our triple offset valve?
It is in that way our idea of providing a solution for the client to have really, in case, at every day the possibility to supervise his packing systems, or respectively maybe to do his maintenance job in case that, let me say, after 15 or 20 years the packing system is maybe leaking, for example, so that he has the chance to do his overhaulment at place without having the need to disassemble something, for example, like the gearbox. So that is a perfect fit to really supervise the system.
Okay. Yeah, you talked about certain kind of medias we are offering and selling this kind of product. As far as I know, for critical media, often customers requested a 2 times isolation or double isolation solution because of safety factor. Do we have any kind of solutions for this 2-step isolation?
Yeah, we do have. So in case that a client has the need to fulfill its double isolation, we can provide a new setup, which is the so-called double block and bleed system. That means that we provide 2 ZETRIX, so in a redundant installation, together with a joint piece, with a spool piece in between. So, and the joint piece, the spool piece, is also made by ARI. We do have a huge welding competence at our facility in Holzhausen, where the complete portfolio of ZETRIX is manufactured. So, yeah, in case that someone needs something like that, double block and bleed, respectively, double isolation, yeah, come on and request us to make a quote for you.
So the beauty, the customer can get these double isolation together with this spool part out of one hand, out of
yes.
from our directly from our.
It's the ARI philosophy. It's the one-stop shop. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, back to this, back to the medias. So for some kind of medias and applications, you have to fulfill certain certificates or approvals. Are we able, or do we fulfill such kind of requests according to certain certificates and approvals?
Yeah, of course. It is really a must-have to provide such kind of certificates to the client, because in case that he has to fulfill TA Luft, or let me say the overall is that he has to fulfill the so-called fugitive emission issue. And with that, we do have 2 different certificates at hand. That means we have tested and certified the ZETRIX valve, specially equipped with additional O-rings, for example, to fulfill different temperature level, 400 degrees Fahrenheit and 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Helium leak tested, and with that, so the client can also have that kind of certificates at hand directly in case that he needs it. Yeah.
Oh, sounds that we already have a complete package of our triple offset valves with different kind of designs, different kind of packaging for many kind of applications. So sounds that we have a full package already. Or do we have, for the upcoming future, do we have further developments?
Yes. The idea is really to provide something more which is necessary. For example, a heat-resistant version which sees 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. We will see another design representing class 600 with weld ends, which provides an additional triple win-win for the client. For example, simply equipping the weld ends design with weld-on flanges to have the chance to have then a double-flanged valve again with longer face-to-face dimensions.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, Christian, thanks for all the these very, very important information you gave us about the triple offset butterfly valve ZETRIX of ARI ARMATUREN. Yeah, this was the live session today about our triple offset butterfly valve ZETRIX. We hope you enjoyed our live session, and now please feel free to ask your questions during the ACHEMA chat or later on directly through ARI ARMATUREN. Thanks a lot, and
thanks a lot.
Goodbye.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Bye.